Hello there, this is Josie Massett, and today I'm going to be doing a short presentation about my proposed thesis for my IMS major. So, for an issue, I'm looking into the issue of homelessness in Cincinnati, and particularly how homelessness is viewed in the current framework of gentrification as it spreads across Cincinnati. So the issue is that in recent years, homelessness has been increasing in the city of Cincinnati. But in addition to that, the fact that it's being caused by gentrification and development of areas for specific groups is causing a certain tone to be taken by the issue itself. Different neighborhoods are being pushed out by developments such as Over the Rhine and the West End, where the new FC Cincinnati Stadium will be built. And these issues are creating a different kind of clash than your average run-of-the-mill homelessness might. Gentrification not only is causing the homelessness, but is also creating a sort of resentment towards people experiencing homelessness because they shatter this vision of a perfect city that gentrification is trying to build. So not only are people being displaced constantly, there's a stronger social hostility of the city towards people experiencing homelessness because they're seen more as an eyesore than victims of a serious issue. Currently in Cincinnati, there are a lot of efforts to try to reduce or end homelessness. Two notable players in this game are the Homeless Coalition, which is a kind of grassroots group that's grown into a multi-branch collective of efforts to educate people about homelessness and also fight for homeless rights. They run a newspaper called Street Vibes where they spread issues about homelessness and also stories, whether they be specifically about individuals and their lives or about legislation going on in Cincinnati. They also have a series called the Speakers Bureau, which is an attempt to put a face to homelessness by bringing people who have experienced homelessness into different groups and settings and having them speak. Strategies to End Homelessness is another organization working to end homelessness, but more on a corporate level. Rather than arranging protests, they spend more of their time negotiating policy and reaching out to organizations and corporations about how they can better work to help solve homelessness in Cincinnati. The closest project to the project I'm proposing is a project that was done by Artworks Cincinnati in 2017. It was a project called the Faces of Homelessness mural, and it consisted of a mural and satellite installations designed by a pair of artists who focus on social issues and injustice. And this mural featured real people who had experienced homelessness or who were experiencing homelessness in Cincinnati that the artists interviewed and used their likenesses of if the release was signed. And this issue of homelessness was starting to be addressed as more of a personified issue in this project, and that's where some of my ideas came from originally. However, there were some issues with how it was handled just in terms of how effective a mural can be. So what I propose is taking a more of a modern media approach to it, because a mural has kind of a fine arts appeal and can get a lot of foot traffic notice, but a modern media approach can spread in different ways and be utilized for a lot of purposes. It can also reach larger audiences more quickly. What I'd like to do is create an animated short film that gives people a friendlier entry point to the discussion of homelessness as a human-based issue. I'd like to collect interviews and stories from organizations and individuals and help people to understand them just as people and not necessarily as a homeless person. This is meant to blend entertainment and data so that people aren't resentful of the kind of guilt they usually feel when they're first exposed to the issue of homelessness. So my goal is to create something that can be entertaining and beautiful and fun to watch as it is, but also informative and starting to destigmatize homelessness in Cincinnati. Thank you.